How's everybody doing today? This is What's Up with Giancarlo. We've got topic 8, lesson 6, find surface area of cylinders. I can find the surface areas of cylinders. Standard for today is MA.7.GR.2.2. Solve real world problems involving surface area of right circular cylinders. Let's get into it. Example 1, develop the formula for the surface area of a cylinder. A contractor builds porch columns that are painted on all surfaces with a protective sealant. If the contractor has enough sealant to cover 150 square feet, can he seal all of the surfaces of one column? Explain. So we see we have a height of 14 and a diameter of 2, okay? Diameter equals 2. This height is 14, okay? So the capital P is the perimeter of the circle, okay? So P is the circumference, okay? P stands for perimeter, but for circles, it's the circumference. So P is circumference in this lesson. The perimeter of a circle is the same as its circumference right here, see? But I would just like you to write it down just so you remember it, okay? So capital B equals area of the base. Okay, and then capital P is circumference. That's the perimeter. Okay, capital P is perimeter, is circumference. So let's look at this. It says the total surface area is this formula. Okay, so surface area SA equals two times capital B, which is the area of the base, and it's times 2 because there's 2 of them. There's 2 circles, 1, 2, plus capital P H. Okay, capital P is the perimeter, and that is circumference, and then you have to multiply by the height. So let's plug in for capital B and capital P and everything. Okay, so to find the area of the base, you do 2 times, it is pi. The area of the base for the circle is pi r squared. That is how you find the area of a circle. And then plus, to find the circumference, we do 2 pi r. That is how you find the circumference of a circle. And then multiply by h, the height. That h just comes straight down. This p is this. The p is capital P for circumference. I just want to keep saying it, just so you guys know for a fact. It is the circumference of a circle. So it is 2 pi r. Okay? This capital B is area of a base, so it's pi r squared, and there's a big 2 right here because there's 2 circles that you can clearly see. So now at this point, all we are doing is filling in the numbers, and then we're solving, okay? So I get 2 times 3.14, and then the radius is half of the diameter. If the diameter is 2, my radius would be 1, and that is squared plus 2 times 3.14 times the radius is 1, and then the height is 14. And I wrote that real small, so let me just rewrite it again, okay? 2 times 3.14 times 1 squared plus 2 times 3.14 times 1 times 14. Okay. So we've got the area of both bases, and then we've got the perimeter times the height, okay? And we're adding them both together after we work it out. So PEMDAS, I'm going to do 1 squared is 1 times 3.14 times 2 plus 2 times 3.14, and then 1 times 14 is 14. So now I'm just going to do 2 times 3.14 times 1 is 6.28. And then if I get my calculators, if I get my calculator and you get your calculators out, we do 2 times 3.14 equals times 14. And we get 87.92. And then we add them both together and we get 94.2. Okay? And then that's feet squared, but I'm not really too worried about that. But the correct answer is yes, the contractor can seal all of the surfaces of one column because the surface area is less than 150. The contractor can work it out. Okay? Let's look at the try it. Okay? So this is the pi sign, pi sign, pi sign. Okay? So that what is the surface area of the cylinder represented by the net? Go ahead and pause it real quick. So this is also pi. This is also pi. Okay. So the area of one circular base is capital B, or pi r squared. Okay. So if we do that, it's 2.5 squared is 6.25. Hopefully you guys were able to work that out on your calculators. Okay. Now the perimeter of the circular base is 2 pi r. So we're going to do 2 times 2.5. And we get 5 pi. We're not multiplying by pi yet. So the height of the cylinder is right here. So 9.5. So the total surface area of the cylinder is 2b plus pH. So if we work this out, we would do 9.5 times 5, okay? And we would get 47.5, and then we would add 6.25 to that. So we would get 53.75. All right, everybody write that down. Okay, moving on. We got a lot to get through. Find the surface area of a cylinder given its net. So this is the exact same thing, okay? It's just this was before a cylinder and then they turned it into a net. They gave us the net. So basically we're just doing the same thing as before. So SA equals 2B equals, not equals, plus pH. So 2 times pi r squared. So pi, what is my radius? Half of the diameter. So it is 5 squared. Okay? Plus the perimeter is 2 pi r, 2 pi 5, and then times the height, which is, I'm just going to do 21.5. 21.5. So start working it out. 5 squared is 25, so 2 times 3.14 times 25 plus 2 times 3.14, and then 5 times 21.5 is 107.5. 107.5. I'm just going to start multiplying them. Okay, 2 times 3.14 is 6.28 times 25. So all you do is just multiply all three of these together. So I get 157 plus 2 times 3.14, which is 6.28, times 107.5, and you get 675.1, and then you add them both together and you get 832.1. But you're saying these are not the same answers? That's because they did not multiply by pi. So if you multiply by pi, that's what you get. If you take 832.1 divided by 3.14, you will end up with 265. Okay? but this is completely worked out. But they say express your answer in terms of pi. That's why you should always read the question. Okay? So if you did divide this by 3.14, you would end up with 265 pi yards squared. My apologies. So just don't multiply by 3.14, just leave it there and then add them both with pi. Okay? Okay. So now, example 3, compare surface area of two cylinders. A movie theater is designing new packaging for a cylindrical popcorn bucket. Which design requires the least amount of material for the container? So they're showing you right now that obviously you have one circle of the container down here, and then the top is open so the popcorn can come in. So that is why there's no 2B here, okay? There's only one, you only need the area of one of the circles. So it's the same thing. You use the formula and then you work it all out, okay? So this is this one because it's 8 and 2.5, and then this is this one, okay? So we'll say this is 1, this is 1, this is 2, this is 2, okay? So clearly, it takes more, when you work it all out, it takes more material to make the second, or no, to make the first one than the second one. Therefore, it is the surface area, the taller container requires less material. So this is the one you would want to use because it takes less material and it will cost less money. Okay? But pay attention because the whole point of this example is that you're comparing them, yes, you're doing the same exact thing, but there's only one area for the base. There's only one base. So you would not put a 2 here. It is just one, it is just 1B because there's only one base. I want you to hear that. I want you to know that for a fact, okay? Go ahead and work on the try it. Okay. So the shorter container requires more material. It requires, it has 5 pi or about 15.7, 15.7 square inches more. All right. Okay. Example 4, apply a formula to find surface area of a cylinder. A packaging company needs to know how much material is needed to make 1,000 cans. Use 3.14 for P or pi and round your answer to the nearest hundredth. So we're doing the exact same thing, okay? We use the formula right here, okay? We use it, and then once we get our surface area, we multiply by 1,000 cans to find out how much square centimeters of material is needed, okay? So you plug in, you write out your formula, you plug in all the numbers, you get your answer right here. This is your answer for the total surface area of this cylinder right here, okay? They need to know how much material it is for 1,000 cans, 1,000 of them. So all you have to do is take this number that you got, your surface area, and multiply it by 1,000. And that will give you the total surface area for 1,000 cans. And that tells you what you need to produce 1,000 cans of garbanzo beans. Okay? If you have any questions, type in the comments. Okay? Let's move on. Example 5, find the height of a cylinder. Tajo is the manager of a local Caribbean aquarium. He wants to place a new terrarium tank showcasing tropical fish in a 5-foot high section of the room. How can Tahoe, determine if the aquarium will fit in this section? Use 3.14 for P. Okay, so H is the height, clearly. The surface area is 4,521.60. The diameter is 24. So what we're doing here is plugging in all the numbers that we have. So we write out our formula. SA equals 2B plus pH. Okay? But that really is SA equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Okay, so now let's plug in the numbers that we have. Our surface area is 521.60. We have 3.14, and then the diameter is 24, so our radius would be half that, which is 12 squared, plus 2 times 3.14 times the radius, which is 12, and then times height. We don't know what height is, okay? So since there's an h here, we can't do anything. So we do 12 squared, which is 144, and then 3.14 is still here, 3.14 times 2, and then this whole thing is the same. Well, actually, we can multiply it, but we'll just do that right after. And then this stays the same, equals 4521.60. Okay, now I'm just going to multiply everything, okay? Get it out of the way. So 2 times 3.14 equals 6.28 times 144 equals 904.32 plus 2 times 3.14 times 12 equals 7536.36H. All right? And then that equals again 4521.60. I need to get this H all by itself. So I have to subtract both sides by 904.32. Okay, I'm going to move it up here. So 4521.60 minus 904.32 equals 3,617.28 equals 75.36H. Now to solve for H, we have to do the opposite of what's shown. We see multiplication. We're going to divide both sides by 75.36. And that leaves us with H equals 48. So the height of this tank is 48 inches. So since the height of this section where the new aquarium tank is being placed is greater than the height of the new aquarium tank, it will fit. So we're looking 48 inches is 4 feet. They were saying we're putting it in the 5 feet section. So it will definitely fit in that 5 feet area because it's only 4 feet. Okay? So go ahead, work out the try it. All right? All right. So after you work it all out, the answer will be 4.6 meters. Okay? Any questions? Get in the comments, okay? Here it is. That's all for this lesson. So remember, if you're watching this video, you're a part of the class.